Hi, Mike McMillan here, Team Binky, with a little bit of training for you for this afternoon. As always, here's my information. You can either join my group at onebinky.youngevity.com or call me if you have questions, 573-214-0195. Today, I have with me Skeletor, who's going to be helping me do some role playing on basically how to approach a prospect. And when I talk about prospect, I'm really talking about building a relationship, but it's just easier just to say prospect, because you really don't want anybody on your Youngevity team that you're not willing to spend time with and help train. Okay, so Skeletor will be my helper today. So let's get right into it. Most people that I talk to have kind of a shyness that they just don't want to go up and talk to a stranger, because after you get through talking to friends and family, you're going to be approaching different strangers. Now, the first thing that you want to do when you meet a stranger is you want to build rapport, and basically what you want to do is connect with them on something that you have in common, like it could be the weather or something that, a car, or whatever. And I'll use this for instance that happened to me just yesterday at a carnival, one of those reenactment things I was at. A lady was coming by, and she had a Cardinal jersey on. Of course, where I'm at, Cardinals are pretty popular. So the first thing I said to her, "Hey, how about those Cardinals? They're doing well." Oh yeah. So instantly she knows that I'm a Cardinal fan. We have something in common. So that builds trust. She says, "Well, hey, this guy's nice. He's a Cardinal fan. He can't be all bad, right?" So I've built instant rapport with her. And she was walking with a cane. So that's the other thing I noticed. It's easy to discern that she's got something wrong with her health. So I asked her. And these are, if you listen to Big Al Schreider, he'll talk about icebreakers. And one of the things that you can use is the term, "I was just curious." So as I approached her, I said, "Hey, how about those Cardinals? They're really doing well today." She said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Excuse me for stopping. I just was curious. I see you walking with a cane. Were you in an accident or arthritis or something like that?" And when you ask them, "I was just curious," it opens it up. They don't feel threatened, and as opposed to saying like, "Hey, I sell vitamins. I want to sell you some vitamins. How about that?" So, I asked her, I go, "I see you walking with the cane. I was just curious. Is it arthritis, or were you in an accident?" And she responded, "Well, yeah, she had bone-to-bone arthritis, and she was having to go in for surgery, this and, the whole, the story that they give." And like, well, it just so happens that I work with a company that specializes in helping folks regain their bone and joint health. Would it be okay if I show you some information? Would it be okay? Asking their permission. I want them to get saying yes, 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 kind of a pre-close. So she said yes. I said, so then what I like to do. Now, everybody can do it a little bit differently, but I carry basically three things. I like the Dead Doctors Don't Lie audio CD. I like getting the Healthy Body Start Pack brochure because it has a lot of good information on it. It also has Youngevity number there at the bottom that they can call. Then I also like the 90 Essential Nutrients brochure. Now, you can't get this on your Youngevity site. You have to go to yteamtools.com and order that and the CD. So you can start a whole business with just these three things. So I like to loan them the audio CD. Well, let me back up a little bit. I like to tell the story of Dr. Joel Wallach rather than just throwing out the facts I mean, facts tell, but stories sell. So here's exactly how the conversation goes. Well, it just so happens I work with a company that was founded by Dr. Joel Wallach. He graduated from the University of Missouri back in 1964 as a veterinarian, and later became a naturopath doctor. In fact, he went to work for Marlin Perkins' Wild Kingdom. You remember that show? And the older folks, of course, will remember Mutual of Omaha, Wild Kingdom, Marlin Perkins. I said, yeah, Dr. Wallach was head of the pathology department at the St. Louis Zoo and at Washington University. They were looking to find out why all these zoo animals are dying. You know, at the time they thought it was a connection to pollution, you know, kind of the canary in the coal mine syndrome. So, you know, after 17,500 autopsies on 450 different animal species, you know, 450, I mean, that's a huge number. And he also did 3,000 autopsies on humans for comparison. What he found out was all these animals that died of natural causes died of mineral deficiency diseases. Yeah, that's huge. In fact, he wrote a whole book of it, Diseases of Exotic Animals, which is in the Smithsonian as a national treasure. So he, you know, all of his research that goes into these nutritional supplements actually now went into helping farm animals. You know, did you grow up on a farm by chance? Yeah, okay, well, first thing that you guys do is put out a salt block and a mineral block on the farm. Well, farmers don't have Blue Cross and Blue Shield to keep their animals healthy, right? So what they do is use nutritional supplements. Every cow, horse, chicken, ferret, pig gets nutritional supplements to keep them healthy. And with that nutritional health, they've eliminated 900 chronic illnesses. No longer do they have diabetes or high blood pressure or fibromyalgia. It's all been eliminated. And we're able to do the same thing with humans. Yeah, it's hard to believe. Well, you probably realize that your doctor was going to make a heck of a lot more money giving you a knee replacement surgery than giving you supplements that can rebuild the ligaments and the tendons and the bones and joints, right? Okay, well, what happened, Dr. Wallach developed these formulas. They're called the Healthy Body Start Pack. For you, it would be called the Healthy Body Bone and Joint Pack. And I've got some information for you here, but a little bit more with the Dr. Wallach story. He went to work for the Youngevity primate laboratory in 1977 and discovered the first non-human cystic fibrosis gene in a rhesus monkey. Yeah, that's big news, of course. They touted him as a hero at the time because that's huge news. But it wasn't until later that he proved it was a genetic disease, a deficiency in selenium. They fired him. That's right, because they don't want the cure. They don't make any money with the cure. Okay, so they fired him. Nobody would hire him. So after discovering that with cystic fibrosis and also with muscular dystrophy, again, a selenium deficiency disease. You remember Jerry Lewis? And I like telling this story. This is very powerful because everybody remembers Jerry Lewis. You remember Jerry Lewis with the Muscular Dystrophy Association, Jerry's Kids? Well, it turned out that Dr. Wallach gave Jerry Lewis all the testimonials and information on how to reverse muscular dystrophy about 4 years ago. And so Jerry Lewis was all excited. So, wow, this is terrific. I've got to have this information. And so Jerry Lewis gave that information to his team of doctors, his own team of doctors. And, well, they didn't want the cure. Okay, so Jerry Lewis's own doctors fired Jerry Lewis and several people that were supporting Jerry Lewis 4 years ago. And through a non-disclosure clause in his contract, he couldn't say anything, right? So the point is, these doctors, many of them, they don't make any money with the cure. They're treating the symptoms, and yes, you've probably found that out. So Dr. Wallach, his lifelong goal is helping people. He went to become a naturopath doctor up in Oregon, and for several years helped kids with cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, and other chronic illnesses get better using nutritional supplements. And his practice got so large that he needed a new platform to grow his business. And so that's when he started Youngevity, a multi-level marketing company that specializes in helping people with these nutritional supplements. Would it be okay if I loan you this Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD and you can listen to it and I'll let you have this information and we can talk about it and find out, maybe we can get you on this product and let you try it and see how you feel after a couple months. Would that be okay? All right, well, let me, now at this point, I get out a card and I'll get your name and address, email. I'll tell you what I'll do also. If you give me your email address, I will send you a corresponding video on how we help the healthy bone and joints with a Dr. Peter Glidden webinar video. Dr. Glidden is a naturopath doctor of 25 years, and I think you'll find it very informative. You're not going to get this kind of information from your medical doctor anywhere else. So that's what I'm going to do for you. So here's some information for you, and I'll be in contact with you. And so that's essentially what I do when I'm talking to a stranger. So there's basically a couple of elements. One, you want to build rapport, find some common ground to talk to them about, whether it's the weather or the baseball shirt, whatever. Build rapport, use the icebreakers, and ask them if it would be okay to give them some information, loan it out to them. And I like using that story because I get a response, and I've tweaked it. It's easier for me to role play when I've really got a live person because I'm playing off their feelings and sentiments, and you can tell by their posture, their eye contact, things like that, whether you've really got them interested into it. And Dr. Wallach's story, if they've never heard of Youngevity or Dr. Wallach, it's very powerful, especially the Marlon Perkins part. Especially where I'm in Missouri, Columbia, Missouri. So I've got three things that I'm able to touch on. One, the University of Missouri. Of course, everybody's heard at where I live. Dr. Wallach growing up on the farm, in West County, St. Louis, not far from where I was. In fact, my father was the district soil conservation agent at the time. And then, the whole story and about explaining a little bit about, the doctors not wanting to cure you. They're just treating the symptoms. And that becomes a very powerful message for people. Now, there's going to be some people, no, I've got my meeting with my doctor. That's who I'm going to. They're not going to listen no matter what you do. And you say, okay, well, fine. All right. Well, thank you for your time. Nice meeting you. And you move on. Now, one of the points that I want to make out when you're trying to recruit, a representative into your team, you're basically looking for people that are in need of one or two or three things. One is they need help with their health, and that's easy to spot with people with canes or wheelchairs and things like that. Or two, wealth, they need more money. Or three, time, they need more time. So if you're able to get one, two, or three of those things, then they're much more susceptible to listening to you and signing up. And yesterday, the same time, true story, I invited one of my friends who lived in that town to come out and meet me out there, who I had given a Beyond Tangy Tangerine to about a year ago, but he didn't like the taste, and that was just kind of the end of that. But after we got to talking again, I found out that, he was working a part-time job and he was wanting to get more wealth. He wanted to take care of his health issues, and his kids had some certain health issues that he wanted to address. So we got him enrolled right then with the CEO pack. And now I've got to go back and follow up, and we've got to do a lot more training. But the point was his timing was right. I didn't hound him every week. I just kind of let time go on, because even if you call somebody during the day, it's all about timing. For instance, you've got somebody that you want to asked to a Youngevity training seminar to learn about the business, and you call them at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, Bill. Hey, yeah, Mike. I've got a terrific business opportunity that would just fit your lifestyle, and I think you'd love to learn about it. Oh, well, I can't right now, Mike. I'm busy. Getting ready for work and stuff. Okay, I'll talk to you later. But you call them an hour later, Bill. Yeah, I was just thinking of you about a business opportunity I'm really excited about, and I'd like to show you some more about it. Could you come? Oh, yeah, maybe he's driving to work and he's got time and he's talking. Yeah, I'm a little bit more acceptable to that, sure. You call him 2 hours later in the day, and maybe he's in a meeting. He's not ready to listen to you. But another 2 hours later, and you call him at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and his boss had he just fired him, for example. Bill, yeah, I've got this terrific business opportunity for you. I'd like to show you the program. And then, of course, he just got fired. He said, well, yeah, I'm available. Can we talk now? Sure. So it's all about timing, and it can be a longer length of time. Another person that I'm working with, they found me on the internet or whatever, I forget how, and wanted to join my group as a CEO. But they were trying to move back here to Missouri. And they were in the process of moving, and so yeah, we were just about ready to get all worked up, and then a tree fell on their house. So they weren't, so they had to deal with all this and get moved in. And so I said, well, how about if I call you back in a month? Would that be okay? Sure. And so they're not ready, but they will be. I mean, at certain times. Let's see what we got on here. This is Mike. Who? Bobby? Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Are you on? Okay, call me right back. Huh? Oh, yeah. That's better. No, I'm just going to wrap up a webinar here. Can I call you back in 10 minutes? Well, here, whoa, here, let me make sure I get your phone number here, Bobby. Is it 224-518? Okay, I've got it. Okay, I'll call you right back, Bobby. Thank you. Oh, that's all right. Bye-bye. Okay, so the guy gets ready to order some stuff, so I apologize about that interruption. I'll wrap this up because I've got to help this guy. So it's about timing. You need to find somebody who's ready. Either they're looking to change jobs, or they're not happy with their job. They want to find a new career, or they need extra money, doing something part-time, or they just want more time. So you get that type of person. That would be what I would consider a hot prospect, and you can help them and then you find out whether they just want to order product like the guy just on the phone, or if they want to do it as a business, and then you direct them, you help them in whatever capacity that they want to move to. So that's going to wrap it up for this webinar. Sorry it didn't last as long as probably it should have. But, here, if you have questions, don't hesitate to call me. I mean, I love helping people. This is not a job for me. This is fun. That's why Team Binky, the fun Youngevity team. Okay, so give me a holler, 573-214-0195. And I'll see you on the other side.